Welcome to the He's Got Issues DC Comics Edition number 155.2. I'm John Cooney here to preview new DC Comics being released January 7th, 2015, beginning alphabetically with Action Comics number 38. The horror of Smallville has been unleashed on the world. Superman must stop the evil undead threat of the Ultra-Humanite from crushing humanity. Next we have Aquaman and the Others number 9. Can the Others survive the combined onslaught of Cheshire, the KG Beast, and the NKV Demon? Or will the sins of one member's past finally destroy the team? We've also got Batman Eternal number 40. It's a three-way battle for survival between Batman, the Riddler, and Mother Nature. Next we have Detective Comics number 38. The people of Gotham City have spoken, and now anarchy runs wild in the streets. We've also got Earth 2 number 30, as the avatars of Earth 2, led by Green Lantern, try to defend the planet from the forces of Apocalypse. Find out how these heroes became the protectors of their world and possibly its only hope for survival. Next we have Earth 2 World's End number 14. Mr. Miracle, Mr. Terrific, and Fury fight for their lives as they try to escape Apocalypse. We've also got Fairest number 33. The final issue of Fairest features a special standalone story written by Bill Willingham. Don't miss the return of fan favorite Maniac Goldilocks, with art by Megan Hetrick of Bodies, Batman Eternal, and the Joker's Daughter, and a special horizontal format cover by Adam Hughes. Next we have Flash Season 0 number 4. In the stunning conclusion of our first story arc, the Flash squares off against thousands of Central City citizens under the control of the dastardly Mr. Bliss. Can the Star Labs crew help Barry end Bliss's reign of terror before it's too late? We've also got Green Arrow number 38. After a near-death experience at the hands of John King, billionaire Oliver Queen must fight a foe he can't just beat with sheer force. Next we have Green Lantern number 38. After the relentless challenges of Lights Out, Uprising, and Godhead, Hal Jordan heads to Earth for some much-needed R&R, but the results of his leading the Corps weigh heavily on his shoulders, as do the personal costs. The next perilous saga in the career of the greatest Green Lantern is about to begin, and Hal doesn't even know it yet. Guest starring Carol Fairest. We've also got Hinterkind number 14. One world dies and another is born, as the various armies of the Hinterkind, vampires, centaurs, elves, and more, since their time has come and begin to mass their forces for an all-out war. There's a glimmer of hope for peace in the form of one Prosper Monday. Who or what is she really? Next we have Justice League 3000 number 13. Winter's coming to the future, and with it comes the Frost Queen herself, Ice. But is she the same hero that Justice League once knew? Maybe reuniting with old friends will warm her soul, or perhaps she just needs to create a little fire. We've also got Legends of the Dark Knight 100-page super spectacular number 5. In Hell's Bells, Batman's latest altercation with the Gotham City Police Department forces him to improvise when they converge on a suspect and the police try to take him out instead, plus 2 other stories featuring the Dark Knight detective. Next we have Lobo number 4, continued from the pages of last month's Batman Superman number 17. Lobo's on a mission to save Earth, and he doesn't have time for distractions, especially from the last son of Krypton. Get ready for Lobo vs. Superman. We've also got The Names number 5 of 9, now a 9-issue miniseries. Flaherty's brain has been destroyed by the surgeon's scalpel, and Philip's brain is just as blitzed by the sight of Katya's naked body as the psychopath called the surgeon closes in. Sex, violence, enigmatic dark loops, dark hearts, and a devastating twist turn everything on its head in this issue. Next we have New 52 Future's End number 36. How much will the nth metal change Frankenstein? Will he still be the monster we all love to fear? His journey will push him to face every part of his past, even as he faces the question of his own mortality. First stop, the House of Mystery and the Justice League Dark. We've also got Scooby-Doo Team-Up number 8. Scooby-Doo and the gang meet George Jetson, his boy Elroy. You can sing the rest of the theme song for yourself. In the far-flung future, everyday people like the Jetsons don't like to believe in superstition. But people are people, and they flip their jetpacks to overdrive to flee from the unexpected appearance of the space-age Spectre. Next we have Swamp Thing number 38, The Machine Queen Part 4. It's all-out action as Swamp Thing launches a counterattack against the Machine Army. Plus, Anton Arcane brings back the Unmen in the most gruesome way possible. And we've got Wolf Moon number 2 of 6. How do you hunt a werewolf if a different person becomes the monster with every cycle of the moon? The wolf continues to elude Dylan, and now the trail is growing cold. Hoping to uncover some clues, Dylan turns to a reclusive expert on werewolf legends, and what he learns crushes any hope of ever destroying the creature. Out in trades this week, we've got Absolute Batman Incorporated hardcover. Grant Morrison's Batman saga is collected here in its entirety in stories Batman Incorporated 1 through 8, Batman Incorporated Leviathan Rises number 1, Batman Incorporated Volume 2 1 through 13, and Batman Incorporated Special number 1. After Bruce Wayne publicly announces the worldwide franchise of Batman, he is joined in the war on crime by Knight and Squire, El Gaucho, and Batwing. But as soon as Batman creates his own crime-fighting force, another organization rises to challenge him, Leviathan. As the war between the two forces reaches its apex, Bruce Wayne will face the greatest tragedy of his life. Next we have Deathblow Deluxe Edition Trade Paperback. Now in paperback, this title collects issues 1 through 12 of the series illustrated by Jim Lee and Tim Sale, plus a story from Darker Image number 1. Deathblow is a Black Ops agent with the powers of immortality who is pulled into a deadly battle between good and evil. We've also got Injustice Gods Among Us Volume 2 trade paperback. From the ashes of Metropolis comes Superman and the JLA's newest ally, Lex Luthor. Against all odds, he's not only survived, but now embraces Superman's goals. Of course, Lex has his own ideas for how to create a better world. The Man of Steel trusts him, but can the rest of his allies be so sure? Collecting Injustice Gods Among Us number 7 through 12 and annual number 1. Next, we have Showcase Presents The Unknown Soldier Volume 2 trade paperback. The Unknown Soldier's mission deep behind enemy lines continues in these stories from Star Spangled War Stories 189 to 204 and Unknown Soldier 205 to 226. We've also got Sinestro Volume 1 The Demon Within trade paperback. Thal Sinestro has lost everything he's ever loved, his home, his family, his only friend. But no matter how desperate he becomes, Sinestro will never be without fear, a lesson his sometimes ally Lessa Dark is eager to teach him. Can he take back the despicable Yellow Lantern Corps, or does the universe have a new destiny in mind for Sinestro? Find out in this first Sinestro title collecting issues 1 through 5, Sinestro Futures End number 1, and Green Lantern 23.4 Sinestro. Next, we have Superboy Volume 5 Paradox trade paperback. Following Forever Evil, Superboy and the Teen Titans are stranded in the future with no way back home, and Connor Kent faces some startling revelations about his origins and future. Can he and the team rescue Kid Flash and find a way back to their own era, or will they be lodged in the future forever? Find out in these stories from issues 26 through 34 and Superboy Futures End number 1. And we've got Superman The Power Within trade paperback. In these stories from Action Comics Weekly 601 to 641, Action Comics 658, Superman number 48, and Adventures of Superman 471, Superman saves an innocent man from murder only to discover he is part of a cult that worships the Man of Steel, and the would-be killer is part of a faction dedicated to wiping them out. Okay, so that's it for DC this week, but of course there's still plenty of other books out this week too, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and Indies videos for this week, as well as my featured video with the usual roundup of all my favorites for the week, with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.